Help one stand out
Okay.
from the crowd.
We're talking about quality assurance.
Yeah.
And we're
We
going
fried the raw potatoes, but anyway.
Well, it's all right. Well, we can look at our polling
okay.
question now.
Yeah, polling
Let's take a look at the polling
question,
question.
I was wrong, you're right. Yeah, polling question.
Okay.
Should Malaysian companies improve the quality of products, stop it, and services in Malaysia? A, no, quality is good already. B, yes, they should. Type H O numerical 2, space A or B, and send it to 32770.
There you have it. Should Malaysian companies improve the quality of products right now? Very, very interesting question and a very interesting topic. We are going to have two of our very interesting guests here. I'm going to introduce them, all right?
Yes.
All right. On my extreme right, we have Mr. Yap Hock Cheng, who's the manager, BM Trada. I got that right. I was saying Prada. Sorry. Okay, BM Trada Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Good morning. And of course, on my right here is Mr. Erasmus Koi, who's the CEO from EGC Quality Systems Sdn Bhd. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you, gentlemen?
Very well.
Okay, the lights are glaring a bit. Are you all right, Erasmus?
Both of you came all the way from Penang.
That's right.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for coming, all the
so
way
much
from
for
Penang.
coming.
And you were early too. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so basically, just to start off this discussion, what is quality in general? Like, you know, can you elaborate the definition of the word quality? Because everybody talks about quality, but I'm not too sure whether everybody understands what quality really means.
It's a household word, but nobody knows the definition.
So perhaps...
either one. I'm going to leave it open.
Yeah, both of you.
Okay, so I think it's simple. Quality means it's a measurement. Okay, it's a measurement about the customer expectation. Okay, on the products or service, and what they have been delivered. Okay. So some people might feel very satisfied. Okay, so they feel that it's the high quality products or services. Okay, so in reverse.
Now, how critical would you think that quality is in our lives? Right now, we are into modern technology where everything is at our fingertips. You have the internet. You can order things on the internet. You can just go and pick up something from the supermarket. But how good are the quality that we get from these places?
Okay. Basically, your question has two parts. One is how critical is quality, and the other one is how good is the quality.
That's right.
So I would like to answer the first one first. The critical one part is depending on the usage. With the current advanced technology, everything is going very fast. So a lot of information is getting in and out. So in order for we like to have more information in sense of accuracy and that it is reliable.
Right.
So with that, it depends on the industry. If it's industry that is critical in terms of oil and gas, nuclear plants and all that, of course quality can be critical in that sense. As to compare to quality, depends on what we are talking in specific. Could it be a quality in the areas of improvements, as in education or public transportation, or it could it be, say, general sense of quality inclusive of, professionalism, delivering of service and product. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know whether this is true or not, but yeah, it has been said that Malaysia has the first-class facilities, but with third-class mentality. Now, how do you relate that to the issue of quality? I'm certainly clueless in this,
Well, we kind of ponder over this question, and we were thinking that actually we are both on the same wavelength, that we would like to turn around the question, as in we prefer to set the question as it is more of a first-class mentality, but more of third-class facilities that we are facing, especially in the Malaysian scene. What we notice most of the time is we like to dream a lot. We like to think a lot. So of course, our expectation is normally higher than what we are getting. In most cases, we would like to see a lot of better public service, especially Penang. Now it's a bit congested, you see. So even nowadays, like you say, flood, sewages, control, and all that. So so all this boils down to exactly that we as Malaysians, we want quality, but we are not getting it. So we don't have that kind of facility right now, right here. So perhaps in future, who knows?
So does this mean, yeah, maybe you can answer this. Does this mean that Malaysian companies do not give priority to quality? Does it mean that for them speed and anything else would be above quality and goods and service?
Actually, I would say in general, Malaysian company, they like quality. But sometimes
They lack quality.
They like
quality. Oh, okay.
Okay, they like quality.
So
Okay.
they do have a good quality. That's what you're saying.
In theoretically, they want quality.
Theoretically,
quality.
yes. I like that.
Theoretically, when we ask all our customers, they like quality.
Right.
Everybody likes quality.
Right.
But in actual fact, how they implement it, yeah, how
Is
they
the detriment to the
yes,
whole-
how they prioritize it when they come with compare with profits, when they compare with quantity. So sometimes I would say that in Malaysia context, quality is still not the overall prioritized.
Okay. All right. We have a caller now.
I think it's our very
Hello?
famous caller. Hi, good morning.
Mr. Rama, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, your take on quality assurance, Mr. Rama.
Well, as far as I see, our quality is not measured up to the value which is in par with international standards. Because especially if I see most of the goods here, there are two types of quality. One is for local use and one is for export quality. Why do we have to have difference?
Right.
If it's good for the geese, it should be good for the gander.
Very true.
That should be the way, you see.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when it comes to price, cost and all the things, we can say, yes, there is a warranty period and all the things. But if you buy the thing, a warranty within 1 year, with a warranty period of 1 year, say, so 6 months in a year, it is in the workshop.
Right.
What is the warranty there?
Okay. Very true.
Thank you.
Well,
right,
thanks,
thank you
Mr.
very
Rama.
much.
Thank you so much for your views. Would you like to comment on what Mr. Rama says? If it's good for the geese, it's good for the gander. So that's
I guess Mr. Rama is touching about our exports, especially there are various heavy industry that we are exporting things. You may hear a lot of people's comment that of course the exports are more of quality. For example, cars, steels, electronic parts, maybe for that kind of example. But this is all up to, I would say, management's focus and what they want. Individual companies, they will make their own decisions about it.
Right.
So perhaps it's not so much to do with quality, but more of like trying to survive in business in that sense. But I'm not sure what Mr. Yap maybe has to say about that.
I think what Mr. Rama said is right. Generally, quality should be even. Okay, but however, quality is not standing alone. Okay, quality is something to do with cost.
Yeah.
Quality is something to do with productivity. Quality is something to do with efficiency. Quality something to do with customer satisfaction. If a product sells to overseas or certain country, they might have a different requirement compared to local markets.
That's right.
Okay, it's good that you mentioned all those jargons, efficiency, productivity. I think when you talk about products, I think it's more measurable. I would say, like you can see like if this is the mark, okay, what's the quality, and but then we're talking about services. It's very, very difficult. Now I think that's where companies tend to think like if I were to invest so much on having all these quality services, and it might incur more costs. Now, then the issue of quality would be withdrawn altogether. What's your comment on that? Yeah.
Because I believe that for quality or for product is very obvious. You can measure it, but for service it's intangible. So in that situations, even quality is more important, because something intangible, you need to have a better control in order to have a consistency there. Yes. So service is an industry or is an activity that must be well controlled, just like products.
Okay, very short, Erasmus. The difference between quality control and quality assurance.
Okay, we will define the quality control as what you do as in testing and inspection, as in you take things and you reject
So those tangible products.
Those are tangible products.
What about services?
In services, you are talking about quality assurance. We are talking about more of a model, a system, in which you bring a lot of elements, raw materials in, and along the way you basically want the quality there.
Okay,
Right.
so we're going to take a caller. We've got a caller now?
Yes, we do. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's online, please?
Name is Tan.
Hi, Mr. Tan.
Mr. Tan.
Yeah, talking about quality, I think we overlook an issue which is safety.
Right.
Okay, for instance, quality of service, taking the LRT for instance. Okay, we have a not first class, but reasonable standards of service. Right, but the in the morning service is so congested. They should have planned to put in additional cars or more regular calls.
Right.
And then when you come to the platform, everybody rush in. You compromise on the safety aspect. You know, even the passenger before they could come out, people are rushing in. I mean, I think the provider of the service should put a line on the ground and say, okay, this is a queue line. Everybody queue between this space. Let the people come out first and then go in after they have come out. Bus services, for instance, we have very nice buses. Rapid Transit just have a new buses. I would like to see how long they last become. They become old, shaggy, you know, like the one that used to be from Interquarter. After 2 years, they never maintain the buses.
Right.
I mean, individually maintain our cars at home, we clean and wash, but why such a public service provider can't do the same for the buses?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That's
Mr.
the
Tan.
2 cent worth I'd like to give. Thank you.
Okay,
Sure. Thank you
very
so much for joining us today.
That's a good point there.
He's got two very interesting points, what he was saying.
I really agree, because quality in these situations now is no more a product alone. It's the supporting service.
That's right.
So I would say that now quality in our modern world is nothing just product, but we talk about safety, we talk about environment, other issues are involved. So this is a wider scope. This is a wider definition.
Mr. Yap, when we talk about safety and stuff, now are we also battling with mindsets? Are we battling with mindsets of people who don't think that there's a necessity for certain things?
Yes.
Or are we battling with mindsets of people who, yes, they do, the authorities do have these guidelines, like he was saying about the sorry, not the rapid KL, the LRT system with a yellow line. I do believe we have those yellow lines on the floor, but it's just the mindset
on the map,
users,
Yes.
the commuters, the users who are not in tune with this. So is there some way we can bring this awareness to them?
Okay, so
Okay, I think it's how we prioritize the thing. Okay, so as I think just now the question is that, is Malaysians really prioritize quality?
Quality-friendly people?
Safety?
Safety.
Yes, because safety is part of the quality as mentioned by Mr. Tan just now. But how we prioritize it? Or we just treat that, that is another issue. It's not quality, it's safety. But in actual fact, it's a part of the quality. Yes, you will provide a good transport service with you take care of the quality, the safety of the passenger.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of the safety of the passenger, I don't think it's a quality service.
That's true. But like I was saying, would you think it's also mindset that, like, what he meant was, we wash our cars every week and we keep it clean, we vacuum it, we look after it without a tiny speckle on it. But then when it comes to public transport, it is not given that equal priority to service for the public. And this is, you're talking about a larger amount of people. And again, are we talking about mindset? Because this part we're talking about consumers, but also the owners of these corporations who are not looking after these kind of public transports. Do you think they need to also change their mindset? Is there something that we can do to give them some kind of assurance, or awareness or something?
The management.
Yeah.
So maybe I can take this up in the sense that if I believe recently there's a what we call it, government wants to improve quality. We are not talking about Malaysian government alone, but there is another country in which people is a habitual or is a custom for them to speed, let's say. So in other words, when the government wants to do major improvements over the mass population, what they do is they have a sort of education right down to the roots. They approach the roots and then install certain tools in which it encourages the general populace to actually try to improve the way they have been, doing things, which is against the norm.
Right.
So yes, it could be a mindset thing, but at the same time, it depends on who is actually trying to promote the quality. So it could be a corporate company, it could be a government, you know. But as long as we are looking towards a slow and continual improvement, then I believe we are on the right track.
Right.
So who initiates the
movements?
Yeah.
The winds of change normally depends on, okay, first of all, we need to have that kind of expectation, what we want. And especially for those who have been to overseas or this, we are able to compare, and we come back with experiences. When we come back, we like to tend to share with friends and, you know, associates about the differences. So of course, our expectation builds as time goes on. With that, we feel that certain things we want to do, but how are we going to do that?
Right.
So slowly we'll get to learn about, for instance, even like HOT, we come on this show and bring some awareness to the people.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get to know that you spend on brands or you spend on certain products, you know, and you get or you meet your own expectation basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming back to that issue.
We've got a
and
caller
implementing it.
online. The
But
phones are
now,
buzzing
yeah.
as always. Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
morning.
Hi.
Hi,
Who's online, please?
Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
Go on, your take on quality assurance.
Okay. Yeah, for my personal experience about quality, I'd like to share my point of view. Okay, now quality service, you talk about, for example, a phone call. You give a phone call to a company, and the lady will say, for example, the reception will say, okay, who's on the line? Can I get him to call you back? You know, what's your telephone number? This is quality. Another reception could say, oh, look, he's not around. Can you call back? You know,
Right.
It's also the same polite, but it's a different answer. For example, you go to a reception, most probably in a clinic, and normally there's a reception down there. The quality service is, you go in, she greeted you. Next moment, there's a phone coming, and she'll be talking on the phone for the next 10 minutes. You call that quality? Or rather, the lady will pick up the phone and say, look, I'm busy now, can I call you back?
Right.
That is also quality.
Ah.
Okay. On products matter, now you were to buy a good TV, branded, cost you, let's say, $1,000. It lasts you for 10 years. If you were to buy even 2 sets of TV that cost you like half the price, it could be used only for 1 year. So we talk about quality, which is the correct quality. Okay? So
Okay.
that's my personal point of view.
Thank
and
you.
people look at quality carefully. Something that lasts for 10 years and something that lasts for 2 years or 1 year with half the price.
All right.
Okay, think about that.
Thank you. Thanks,
welcome.
Mr. Tan.
Bye,
That's-
bye.
Thank you very much for joining us today. Very interesting as what he had to say. Comments. I'm going to leave it open to both of you, either one of you to take this.
Well, Mr. Tan raised a few good questions. One of them is on the telephonist. We had trouble with the telephonist, definitely.
That would be under services.
Yes, that would be on the services. In this case, what we encourage these companies or even the telephonists to actually go on professional training, to take up certain courses, or actually to take cue from seniors. You know, in our quality assurance line where we provide the consultancy, actually we do provide down to the very floor
Basics.
staff basics itself. Yes, that's right. In which communications, forming customer relationship, these are important points towards meeting customers' expectation, especially.
Right.
What about the other question? Yeah, the product.
About the product itself. So from there, I think we also can see is that the satisfaction or the quality sometimes depends on the customer itself.
Yeah,
For some customer,
Expectation.
10 years is quality.
that's right.
So for some customer, 2 years is quality. So why meeting of customer expectations is very important, to understand the current customer needs. Okay, for example, the first case on the telephonist. The business haven't started, but the quality is already happened
Right.
in the front desk.
That's right. That's right.
So,
So a lot of times your businesses are judged by the quality of your frontline people, which is very detrimental.
yes.
Okay, we have caller.
Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, who's online?
Thai from Puchong.
Hi, Mr. Tai.
Okay, can I just have a, what do you call, an idea about what is this quality is all about.
Okay.
Quality products and services, in my opinion, is indirectly indirectly contributed by the quality or mental quality of the people behind the company or the organization.
Right.
It means if the organization has quality people, most of the time they will produce good products and quality services.
All right.
Right, that's my comment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Tai.
Yeah, that's the logic. But then all these ISO, I don't know, I mean, it's like closely related to the issue of quality. But then the way I see it, like you have too many ISOs, like ISO 9, sometimes like intelligence code. I mean, like okay, all these various types. Do you think that sometimes it could also affect people, you know, I mean, trying to improve themselves because they like to achieve different kinds of standards? Why can't you just make it like simpler, like, you know, I mean, I don't know, one number 9101 to refer to everything. I mean, because
not too many of them.
Not too many of them, like.
Okay, I think this is something to do with the history. So the standard itself, I think, have been revised according to what you said just now. Instead of too many standards, they have simplified. So now they have ISO 9001, mainly for quality system.
For quality system.
Yes.
I'm looking at your card here, and it says Environmental Management ISO 14,000 and ISO 9,000 for quality management. So, like Faisal said, what are these?
Yes, because
too many numbers.
Right, because after we talked to just now the viewer, I think we can understand that quality seems like have a lot of scopes or a lot of sections. So for ISO 9001, it's something to do with the quality system directly from the product or service. But just now, there is an audience or the viewer mentioned about quality also to do with safety.
That's true.
So when a system that need to integrate the safety matter inside, so we call it is the 18,001.
Okay, we have a little crawler from one of our viewers who said, how can a company achieve ISO 9000 standards or certification? Perhaps, Mr. Yap, you'd like to take that question?
Yeah, okay. So to achieve the certifications, actually, ISO 9001 is the standards that developed by an international organization for standardization. So the standards is to make sure that the quality that implemented in the company, okay, the quality system that implemented in the company comply to the international standards.
Right.
So that's why a company should go ahead to go for this certification. Okay, so in that situation, I think the company should contact the certification body, okay, to try to contact the consultants, okay, so that we need to go to assess their organizations before we can determine how ready are they.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
the readiness.
for small and medium scale industries, how feasible it is for them to get certifications? Does this open their markets to international arena? Does this mean that they get their qualities are better and up to par for international markets?
Perhaps Erasmus, can you comment on how can these small SMEs?
Yeah. For ISO certifications, especially 9001, it not necessarily talk about international market. Basically, we look at the level of readiness in terms of penetration, in terms of a lot of other things that we can consider. With the additional 9001 as a certificate, it is something like you were taking STPM at one time and now you are going towards university degree.
Right.
Therefore, you need some form of recognition. For a company, it's just like a human that you need to grow. Without that, then essentially you don't have the basic building block. So in some open market policy, or we say it's EU, where they have en bloc basis for trades and all that, if you want to participate in, say, exhibition, then you may need to design.
Okay.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah. All right. Now, basically, if you want to get into improvements of comparing, now let's see, now Erasmus, you're from EGC Quality Systems and Mr. Yap, you're from BM Trada. both of you handle different aspects of quality certifications, I'm sure. Now, if a company wants to get a certification, how long does it take for them to get this? Is this like a 1-year period or a 6-month study, or how do you do that? How long does it take for them?
Okay, then that will be most of the time the ground level, they will approach our company as a second party consultant. What we do is we need to assess basically whether they meet the model. We have a certain model and in which we use the general guideline to see whether they fit to the model. Right? Whether they can meet within certain deadlines, because internally they may have certain deadlines like 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, because of other issues that they may have other projects ongoing.
Right.
So for these companies, normally we'll look, it's actually more of a role play or a relationship where we want to know basically, basically what's your management commitment. If you want it seriously, then we will do it together on the spot. You know? And once we are satisfied with everything, every single condition, then we normally, we will recommend a registrar body or certification body such as BM Trada among one of them. Yes.
Right, right. Now, I noticed we've got
improving
loads of crawlers down there.
Yeah,
people saying,
SMS.
how do we have quality when the quality basically in a company is determined by the corporate leaders whose mindset is a different matter altogether.
Right.
And there's lots of people saying about our local cars, and of course we're not going to talk about that right now.
There's also this very interesting crawler just now about prices, like you relate prices to quality. Now, people always think that when the price is low or it's cheap, then it's of no quality. Yeah. Like, certain products coming from certain parts of the world are deemed to be of low standard or low quality. And things coming from certain parts of the world are considered to be like of high quality.
Like Germany, for instance, things from Germany, people think they're really, really good because it's a European country you're talking about. But then something from down south, from Thailand and China and Bangladesh, you're talking about something that's not good, which necessarily doesn't have to be. So is there something that we can?
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you get over this?
Okay, of course, people say that the quality is not up to this level, but still they are market. People are still buying from them. Why? Because people are having a different quality perception on that particular price of product. So in the end, it still matches the customer requirement. But at the end, people are not putting that high expectation on the product. So in that case, quality is not something a fixed level.
It's very subjective.
It's very subjective. So it's still back to the perceptions or the expectation of the customer itself. So it's not wrong. There's no right and wrong, but it's the market demand. Okay, but in actual facts, actually, certain quality level of products from certain country now I think have been changing. Means that certain country, they are able to supply high quality of products and low quality of products to meet the all over the world needs. So I think this is the actual business world now.
Right, right.
Ooh. Okay, now as Malaysia going toward this transparency and accountability, how do you think that this will somehow
into
with this issue
quality
of quality assurance as a country? Now we're talking about going a little bit outside our discussion, the framework of our discussion today. But as a country, for instance, we are also branding ourselves abroad. So people are also talking about the quality of your country.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about this?
When we are looking at transparency and accountability, for a moment I was thinking this is a taxation question.
Oh.
Where you have to be transparent and you have to be accounted for something. Of course, we are looking from a quality side of the issue. As we say, we want to cut costs. We want to reduce wastages and so forth. In order for even governments or even public utilities and also large MNCs, as they want to cut costs, they think of faster means or lesser procedural aspect, less bureaucratic.
Right.
So they go for things that is very consistent. And when you have consistency, normally the information supplied is very accurate. is more reliable.
All right. Thanks, Erasmus.
All right.
Okay, we've got to go for the polling results now.
Yeah. Let's
If
take a look
polling
at what
results
that
are
came
ready,
in with.
should Malaysian companies
Whoa.
improve the quality of products and services in Malaysia?
Check out that graph. 11% no, quality is good already, and 89 says yes, they should. Okay,
Talking about improving.
what would you like to say about this?
The result.
89% yes.
Okay, I'm
predictable.
glad to see that because means that Malaysian people have a first-class mentality.
Yeah. I'm not going to continue that sentence. We need to know where the public can reach you in case they want to get in touch with you.
Okay.
Do you have a number perhaps, because you have something like a roadshow that's coming up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I think we are going to have a roadshow in, I think, start from next month.
Right.
So it takes about 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
So we welcome, any viewer that interested to know more about the roadshow and the details can contact the numbers.
All right.
Okay, which is 04 658 7229.
Okay, so there you have it. 658-722-904, which is a Penang number. It's up on your screens right now, and we hope you do give them a call, because if you want to talk about quality assurance, you want to know more about it, do get in touch with them. And for Erasmus and Mr. Yap, thank you so much. It has been informative this morning, quite interestingly informative, and I hope that our
We
viewers...
should talk more about this.
Oh, yeah, we should. All right, for all of you out there, thank you so much for joining us. There you have it, the show for today, and we're going to be with you tomorrow with Jericho Gonzalez. Do join us tomorrow. From the producers and crew, signing off, Annie here.
Fariza Razali here.
Take care,
Have a good
everyone.
weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a...
Starts to fall and catch the silver sunlight in your